What's up, y'all? It's Rondo. You get what I'm saying? I was on stream the other day, and I was always wondering myself. Like, I was talking on stream, and I was like, I wonder why I was calling myself Rondo Archive when is cool to say whatever, but Archive is literally just like the collection of my stuff. So why am I saying Archive as if it's actually my name? I don't know. I just be tripping sometimes. But anyway, I feel like one of the worst things that you could really do is like when you starting to like talk to women in a romantic type setting is like get caught doing something you're not supposed to with a girl. And this ain't gonna be the story time of that. This is the story time. Well, technically, yeah. This isn't the story time of when I got caught having sex with a girl, but this is the story time of how I got caught up by lying to my dad about where I was with a girl. You get what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's get into this story time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. So boom. This there's like three characters. We time for the setting. I'm gonna give y'all the setting and shit. This is around when I'm playing AAU. I want to say this is junior year. It is junior year. It's not senior year or sophomore year. It's junior year. It's junior year. The summer of junior year. Um, I'm playing AAU. And so this the girl that I got caught with is the girl from what video is that? What video is that? The one where my mom caught me in her house. That me and that girl's up no good, and mainly cause me, I was fiending. I was always fiending for play with her, and I just never got it. Respectfully though, shout out her. I respect the boundary. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, so like, look right. So me and her will link a lot. Like, basically, I hope my mom don't see this. I never said it in that video, but me and that girl, like, my mom would go to work. She's sneaking into the crib. You get what I'm saying? She's sneaking into the crib. So I was linking her a lot when I wasn't supposed to, whatever, and that was blase blase. So we got like I got used to like being secretive with her when it comes to linking her and shit like that. Um, but this time this involves my dad, not my mom. So basically, let me go ahead and get into the actual story now, because there isn't that much story like a backstory to give. So boom, how this went down was, how did it go down again? Oh yeah. So again, I was on the AAU team. My dad's a trucker. My dad had a car. This was the car that I crashed in the first car crash I ever been in. That car he let me have whenever he was in out of town, which was very often. Which is very often. So what happened was he was gone. He was coming home this weekend around the same time I had a tournament. And again, I'm not really open with my relationship with my dad because it's not like beef, but we just not that close on that side of things. So, like, he knows I had like a little girlfriend or whatever, but he didn't know like I was linking her. He didn't. He didn't know I was linking her. He didn't know I was doing any of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just never told him anything, and he never asked. So one, I think it was a Saturday or whatever. He was getting in very early, and the plan was I was gonna get the Mustang, drive it. His version of the plan that he knew of was I was gonna get the Mustang, pick him up, take him to my game, or drop him off at home, and I go to my game with the Mustang. But my plan, cause the girl basically wanted to see me hoop. My girl wanted to see me hoop. So what happened? What I did was I was like, all right. I didn't want to tell my dad basically. So I was like, all right. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna, we're gonna I'm gonna pick you up super early for the game. I'm gonna pick you up super early for the game. Maybe an hour, 3 hours before I'm even, cause the drive was like an hour. So I was like, I gotta set. I'm like pick you up like 3 hours before the game even begins or gets close to beginning. I'm gonna take you to the game and drop you off. Then I'm gonna go to my dad's truck, pick him up, and then he'll come to the game with us. And then from there it's bullshit. So she said, "All right." At first, she wasn't feeling it, but she was like, "Okay." So I got her in the car. I took her to the game. I dropped her off there, which was so dumb of me. Why would I just leave this girl for basically like an hour and a half at this game waiting for me to come back? I don't know what young Dylan was on. I ain't on cap. He was tweaking. He was tweaked out. But anyways, and so I drop her off and I head to my dad's. I get to his truck or whatever. I get to his truck. I'm like, yo, what's up, dad? We chopping it up. He's get to yapping. See, it's so funny. Everybody in my family, well, like all of my friends, and then like I just they think I'm a yapper. Like I'm a yapper. Don't get me wrong. My dad's the original yapper. This nigga could talk for 3 hours straight. With me, I have like maybe a 45-minute limit to how long I can yap unless I'm streaming. Then I just turn it on and I start yapping for like forcefully. This nigga on average does 45-minute yap sessions. On phone calls, we don't call a lot, but we call every now and then. When we do, the nigga be on the phone for like an hour and a half. I don't. It's not. I'm not mad at it though. It's whatever. But like, damn, the nigga can yap. So I was like, all right. I'm like, yo, dad, the game getting close. We gotta go. He like, all right. He get to driving. We driving, chilling. I'm over here making sure she good. Text her, everything smooth. So we get back to the gym, getting ready. So now let me explain why the girl had to ride with me and not anybody else. The girl had to ride with me and not anybody else because her mom was a doctor or whatever. She was going to work and her dad was busy as well. So none of them could take her to the game, and the game was far. So of course they wouldn't waste money on a little childish teen fling, taking her to a game or something like that. So that's why she had to ride with me. And basically, she would need to ride back. Now, we get to the gym, of course, as I said, and I'm like, all right, dad, I'm about to go in and get ready. And then I thought I was so slick. I was like, oh yeah, and blank, I'm gonna call her Rebecca. I was like, Rebecca, I only date black women. So I'm just using the white name as an alias. I only date black women. Just wanted to let y'all know that. But I was like, Rebecca, she trying to she got dropped up. Her mom dropped her off at the game to watch me play, but she can't. She had to go somewhere, so she needed to ride back. Is that okay? And my dad, he knew I was bullshitting, but he was like, sure. And like I made sure to do it in like a time when I'm rushing out. So it's like I got the car. Like, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Rebecca, her mom dropped her off, but she can't pick her up. Can we drop her off? Can we take her home? He's like, sure. But I sensed he did that. I didn't see him to do that part, but I sensed it. I'm like, yeah, this nigga bullshit. He knew. He knew. He knew. He knew. Like J. Cole says, he knows. I don't know why I just said that. But anyways, so bro, this nigga Trafalgar just staring at me in the back. This shit throwing me off. Hold on. Right there. Anyways, I had to scratch my arm. So yeah, so he knew I was bullshitting, but he said yeah. I run in there. I'm like, damn, this nigga know I'm bullshitting. But anyway, I see her sitting down. The game about to start. We got like 20 minutes left. Game about to start. So at the end, afterward, so my dad goes in. He finds her. They sit next to each other, and I get to hooping. I get to playing. I'm going stupid doopity. I'm playing. I ain't gonna cap, bruh. I wasn't ass. I was a bitch. Like I I've never been one to get anxiety in public. Like I never get nervous around people ever in my life. It's easy for me to talk to people and just be around public spaces and be myself. But when I was playing basketball for the longest, it wasn't until recently where I got confident and like it's not even that I was I didn't know I was good because I knew I was good. I just had anxiety. Like I just froze whenever I got the ball. I would just get freeze all the time for like 2 years of playing. When I actually started playing for real, for real. When I was younger and I was playing, everything was cool. Like I was playing for the teams. I was doing my thing. I was hooping. But when I got older, I just lost like that mentality. And so for a long time, I was a bitch. So of course, this game I'm talking about, the reason I mentioned all that, I was being a bitch or whatever. I scored a little bit. I had like maybe like 8 points, some weak shit, like ass. If even 8 points, I was shitty. But I was just a bitch. Like I was around that time I was starting to get back to my confidence level. So I was able to get a couple points in, play some good defense. The blase blase. I'm not gonna hype myself up over a fucking AAU game. Like I had like 8 points or some bullshit, I think. But anyways, yeah. After the game, everything's sweet. We packing up and talking, chopping it up with the guys. We chilling, we cooling. You feel what I'm saying? We getting ready to go. So Rebecca and my dad head to the car. And they get ready to pick me up or whatever. I get in the back seat. I get in the back seat. Yeah, she in the front. Um, it's a pretty awkward car ride because like I know that my dad know that I know that I'm bullshitting. That's why I'm like my voice just cracked because I'm just bullshitting. Like I was bullshitting. So we just talking. He talking about the usual. Dylan, you gotta be confident. You gotta stop being scared. The regular shit. I'm just in one ear out the other. Then he starts asking Rebecca about shit, just common questions. And we get probably we remember the hour. It was an hour drive. We get probably like we about 40 minutes into the drive. We got like 20 minutes left, and he starts trying to do this like he thinks he's this like I don't know who he thought he was, but he over here talking about something. He was like, so your mom, she's a doctor, right? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, that's cool. You're sure the hours are strenuous. She was like, yeah, they're all right. And then here's where I'm like, oh shit. He asked about family. He don't care about the girl family at all. So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, fuck, you think this is 21 questions? I'm over here just like in my head. I'm like, damn. Nigga think he Dr. Phil or some shit. Think he Sherlock Holmes. But nah. So anyways, he he finally get to the real question you wanted to ask. I felt it before he even said something. I felt like the car felt so tense and awkward in there. Like I don't know what it was, but basically he went. So Rebecca, he this nigga's driving. This nigga think he fucking Paul Walker. The nigga driving, looking in the mirror, like looking at me the main mirror, looking at me talking to Rebecca and driving at the same time. He's like, so Rebecca, who dropped off today? Bro, my heart dropped, bro. My heart dropped, bro. There's no way out of this. There's no way out because it's a slippery slope. He's actually got me. Like I felt like Light Yagami when L was closing in on him. Like I'm like, yo, I can't get out of this one. I felt like Lelouch when on the end of season 1 when Kurosaki, I think his name was, had him. I'm like, yo, I can't escape. I can't escape. I can't talk my way out of this. I'm done. So, because here's the reason I'm saying I can't escape. It's checkmate. Because she could lie and say Dylan dropped me off, but by her lying, all he has to do is if he ever meets her family again, bring up the situation and be like, oh yeah, I never dropped her off. 1, 2. That's just for proof. He already knew that I was bullshitting, I was lying. So that'll prove that she's a liar and then it'll make him dislike her. On the other hand, so that the only thing that left is to say yes. So of course, and I didn't want her to lie to my dad anyway, because again, I didn't want her to come up as a liar. So I didn't say nothing. I just sat there and I'm like, God, just kill us. I wanted to grab this number and just turn that bit. So then she was like, Dylan. And my dad, his gaze like sharpened even more. Like, and I was like, oh shit. I'm done. So the nigga said, oh, okay, that's funny. And of course he didn't want to press her while he didn't want to he got what he needed. Now it was on to me. And he didn't want to activate that little mole he do where he just started just teeing up out of nowhere. So he was like, okay. And this nigga started doing 100 miles per hour. My dad's a truck driver. He's been driving trucks for almost 22 years. He's a great driver, but the nigga was no longer going the speed limit. Like, I was getting very nervous. It was obvious he was like pissed. He was mad as shit. Nigga gripped the steering wheel and just started doing like an extra 25 miles. I'm surprised he didn't get pulled over that day. So we end up getting to her house. He drops her off. He says, "You not gonna walk her to the door?" Cause I'm like, fuck, I'm stuck. I didn't move. I didn't say anything for the entire ride. And so he gets to the point. She's at her garage now. He's like, "You're not gonna walk." He's like, "Dylan, get out the car and walk her to the garage." Or did he say you're not gonna walk her? No, he did. He told me. He didn't ask me. But he's like, "You're not gonna walk her? Get out the car and walk her to the garage." So then I get out the car and I walk her. She was like, "We're gonna talk." Like, not in a mad way, but like, we'll talk later. Bro, like, you don't understand. There's been so many times where, like, I'm always doing bad, like, bullshit around my dad. And, like, the worst part is when I have to sit there with him knowing he's about to confront me on some bullshit. Like, fuck, I hate that shit, bro. So I knew what time it was. I got in the car. I sat there. And I don't remember the entire conversation. But he didn't scream. He didn't, like, be aggressive. He was very passive aggressive. Like, he was still speeding when he dropping us home, and he just, cause remember, he basically let me have the car at that point. So I was supposed to drop him off and keep the car, but so we get in the car. He's like, you lied to me. He's like, dumb shit. This was like, dumb shit. That's that dumb shit. He started going off, dumb shit. Nah, fuck all the passive aggression. No, he was like, dumb shit. Like, you doing dumb shit. You lying. That's one thing if you lying to me about something else, but you lying to me about dumb shit. I'm assuming that's what took you so long to pick me up. You must have dropped her off and then came to get me. The whole time you could have just told me and we could have got her together. You could have got me and we could have went to the game. but you'll be lying to me about dumb shit. And just going off. I'm like, yo. And it's like, I'm not mad he went off at me. It just be awkward. So I'll just be like, damn. And I started mogging. Now let me chill. But yeah, so I'm just taking the L, just sitting there quiet, just God flip the car. So luckily, Rebecca's house was like at most like 8 minutes from my the house I stayed at with my mom. So it wasn't a bad drive at all. He was speeding it too, so it's like he couldn't get his full speech out. But remember, I was supposed to have the car. I didn't ask for it or anything. He got out. He dropped me off and drove away. No one, and I knew right there I was gonna get the car. So you'd think it in there. You'd think it in there. Cause let me really give y'all some backstory. One of these days I'm really open up and give y'all everything. But let me really give y'all some backstory. My parents hate each other. My parents been divorced for a very long time. So like they barely communicate. So the fact that I go in the house, no, I'm downstairs. Nighttime comes, my mom gets off of work, and like an hour later, she called me upstairs. I'm like, what do you want, mother? And so I go upstairs. She start going in on me. I'm like, oh, so y'all hate each other. When I need y'all at basketball games, oh nah, it's I don't want to talk to him. When I need y'all to coordinate for a birthday, no, it's none of that. When I need y'all to do all this, it's all that just yap, just I don't like him. I'm not talking to him, all that. But when I get in trouble, y'all want to team up and be Phil and what's her name from fuck, I can't remember. Y'all want to be Jim and Pam from The Office. Heard you, bro. All right, say no more. I'm not even mad. It's cool. Say no more. Remember that. But the thing, my mom never yelled at me. My mom was never a cursing person. She was never this big aggressive lady. She was just like, you don't lie to your father. What you did was very dumb and irresponsible. Don't like just giving me the mom talking on all that bullshit. And one ear out the other. I knew I was wrong, so I wasn't even gonna be mad. But I'm just like, damn, though. One time, like, I don't need y'all both on my back. And the same day y'all do. Say no more. So yeah. Afterwards, I go downstairs and I'm just trying to like fast forward like 6 days, cause the like that little rule where like only after 3 days you'll like forget about what embarrassment there is, right? So uh, my dad ended up contacting me. I think he called me or something because I ain't texting him. I ain't talking to him. He called or texted me gave me another speech, took the car away for a long time. And that was really it, bro. That was really it, if I'm being completely honest. Um, yeah, that shit was awkward, bro. Like, yeah, shit was crazy, man. I see the hair growing. Hello. The two strand pattern is like semi still here. Like a few of them still got it, like that one. But like you go to my front ones, it's straight now. Like the curls of that. But let me stop yapping. Moral of the story: don't lie to your family members about dumb stuff. Don't be like Dylan. He got into a lot of awkward situations. But I just want to thank y'all for watching my videos, watching my TikToks, watching the streams, watching the vlogs, not the vlogs, the VODs and everything. So yeah, that's about it. I'm about to get up out of here. I got some personal shit to take care of, so I got to take care of that real quick. And yeah, hope you have a good one.